that my friends and colleagues learn about me pretty quickly is that I love karaoke, especially if you attend conferences like the Lead Developer with me. So this is a photo from last year. I think one of the people in this photo is in the audience right now. I ended up at the Karaoke box here in London with 15 people from 3 different Amsterdam-based companies. And yes, I love singing, but more than that, I love supporting people to do things that they think are scary in order to truly express themselves. That sense of freedom and camaraderie that you get, it makes me super happy. And so this is the kind of supportive environment that I want to talk about today. By supporting and trusting people to take their own steps towards difficult things, we not only create more effective teams, but we also enable them to be stronger, happier, and more fulfilled. And what is better than that? So I've been working as a product developer now in about 10 different teams over the last 5 years, and I've led 4 of them. And in that time, I have seen a lot of different ways of working. And it's this kind of one that I think is the most important. It's typically described by the term self-organising. So it's really an umbrella for a spectrum of team management styles. We have self-governing, where teams figure everything out on their own. So they figure out their own direction, their own team makeup, structure, processes, and everything. And this is possible, but it's pretty difficult. I think you've got to have pretty experienced people and a very clear company vision. And next, we have self-forming teams, which is where the direction is set, but the team is created completely by themselves. So I've actually done this twice now, where if you can imagine a room full of developers, a department of developers, maybe not quite this big, but where everybody is deciding together which teams and projects that they are going to work on themselves, which is a really cool experience. It's very motivating for people to be able to choose their own work. Next, we have the classic self-organising, which is where the direction and team makeup is set, but the process is decided within the team. And then outside this umbrella is the more traditional manager-led. So I'm going to focus on the classic self-organising team by telling you a little bit about my team, Team Cosmos. And here's where I potentially get a little bit too honest, but I hope that you can learn something from this, and that when I get back to work on Monday, it doesn't bite me in the ass. So in October last year, after the first 2 months at my company, I was asked to lead and manage a team of almost entirely brand new people to the company. And this was an amazing opportunity. I'd never really seen anything like this before, where I could take everything that I'd learned and start completely from scratch. I had a vision, #BestTeamEver. To me, this meant a group of people who cared about each other and the work, wanted to continuously get better at it, and had fun doing it. At the time, I wanted perfection. I mean, I'm such a perfectionist that I had a secret hashtag. What do you think? If you were asked to build a team like this completely from scratch, how would you do it? And how long do you think it would take you? I had figured maybe a couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 months, something like that. Well, let me tell you what happened. So we started off with a bunch of sessions to figure out how we should work together, where everything was down to the team to decide. Honestly, this was hella scary, saying, hey team, do we want to do agile? When I knew I certainly did, and if they'd said no, I probably would have run out of the room screaming. But having everyone decide this stuff together was incredibly powerful. Everyone was really invested in the decisions that we were making as a team. And remember, you can always adapt and iterate if things aren't working. It doesn't mean anarchy, though, so we definitely had guidance from myself and from others external to the team. And in general, in a brand new team, I would always advocate for starting with a proven structure first, and then pulling back on that and iterating and changing what's not working. And as the team iterated, we also had a team agreements document that iterated. Honestly, document as much as you can. It is so useful, even just for onboarding new team members, which we had to do a few months ago. Really, really, really helpful. So we also discussed our values as a team at this time, And for us, we picked our top two were motivation and honesty, because we figured we're not going to really be improving our way of working if we're not able to be honest with each other. And we're not going to really want to improve the way that we're working if we're not motivated to do the work. Most important of all, we decided on a team name together. So we picked Cosmos because one of our team members is Greek, and it kind of means everything that exists everywhere. We like to think big. And at this point, I really started to feel like our team was coming together. We were all invested and motivated on building this thing all together as a team. And then we shipped a bunch of bugs. So I shouldn't have been surprised. We tried to deliver too quickly with very little experience with the code base and with each other. Honestly, I thought we were ready, and I was wrong. But, as we all know, it is okay to make mistakes. Accept that it will happen. We will ship bugs. However, we were able to mitigate the impact and risk of these bugs with things like feature flagging, which was super, super useful. If you're not doing this, please look into it. It is a complete game changer when it comes to shipping software. So by January, we were getting to know each other better, warts and all. You might say this was our storming phase. Honestly, this was a mission of a month. We had team members struggling to work with each other, struggling to work with other teams. It was kind of a mess. But fortunately, about this time, I was doing these really amazing workshops on active listening, which means in a conversation with someone, you're fully concentrating on what they're saying in order to help them work through their own thoughts and feelings in a non-judgmental way, which sounds simple, right? But when's the last time you felt truly listened to? Like, even in a personal context, it's so rare these days. Get good at asking open-ended questions and really listening to the answers. Relating to someone doesn't mean steamrolling over them with your own story, right? Figure out why someone is doing something and give effective and specific feedback. Examples are crucial here. Also, don't forget to challenge your high performers. You should be spending just the same amount of time on them as on everyone else in your team. They deserve it. And yes, this takes time, but it is so worth it. It does need to be balanced, though. So by February, it was clear I was doing too much. I'd figured that for the first few months, it would be kind of crazy, but it would calm down, right? It was not calming down. And I could not keep going like this. Do not underestimate the amount of time good leadership and management takes. For me, the part of my job that I needed to drop was Scrum Master work. But usually there'll be something. Often, as lead developers, it's writing as much code as we would like. When you have a responsibility towards people, they have to come first. If you don't like the balance, look after fewer people. Don't just look after the ones you do have less. And if you're struggling, talk to your manager or your team. Balance the work if possible. So in our team, we had people starting to own things like retrospectives and stand-ups, which I am so grateful for. So can you tell by now that I have pretty high expectations of myself and others? This has sometimes led me to focus a little too much on continuous improvement. I'm working on it. We've heard it a million times, but I still manage to deprioritize it over and over. Remember to authentically celebrate success. We had a really great offsite celebration in April, and I got us team socks. I am wearing the socks. They're amazing. They have stars on them because our team name is Cosmos. Be positive. Don't fake it, but do take the time to give praise and positive feedback. So, now, can I say that we reached my original vision? Well, no. But that's because my original perfect vision was whack. It was not based in reality. I'm so proud of my team. We consistently ship great work and are damn good at it. We care about each other enough to be honest with each other, and we have a freaking great time doing it. I see or hear proof of this just about every day. So that vision of perfection? No. But hashtag best team ever? Hell yes. So most of all, what I hope is that with this talk, I've helped you remember to take the time to help someone else help themselves. If you're looking after people, they have to come first. And that takes time, and you can't do it all. Spread the load, reach out. Because people are the most important thing as a lead developer. Whatever you do with this job, you have the power to make such an impact on people's lives. Never forget that. So, will I see you all at karaoke tonight? Thanks.